This video was made possible by Mizizi International, the official African diaspora clothing brand. Visit mizizishop.com for more information. The year 2024 holds significant political anticipation for Africa, with a focus on potential leadership transitions as a third of the continent, encompassing 18 countries, prepares for elections. The theme revolves around the crucial question of who will assume or retain power in these nations, making it a pivotal moment in shaping the political landscape of the region. As citizens across the continent head to the polls, the outcomes of these elections will not only determine the direction of individual nations, but also contribute to the broader narrative of governance and political dynamics in Africa. The events unfolding in 2024 promise to be intriguing, offering insights into the evolving political scenarios and potential shift in leadership across the diverse African continent. With that said, here are the hottest elections to look out for in Africa in 2024. Before we dive into our topic today, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channels and ringing the bell to be notified about all our exciting future videos. The 2024 Tunisian elections are poised to be a pivotal moment for the Arab Spring's democratic experiment, watched closely across Africa and beyond. Incumbent President Kais Saied, once hailed as a beacon of hope, will seek re-election and the dramatically altered political landscape of his own making, having consolidated power through sweeping constitutional changes in 2021. The once independent-minded law professor now rules with utmost unchecked authority, raising concerns about democratic backsliding. His expected victory against a fragmented opposition would provide validation for his approach, but also intensify scrutiny of his ability to deliver on economic promises amidst inflation, unemployment, and a historic drought. With Tunisia as a bellwether for the region's fragile democracies, the outcome will hold significant implications for the future of political liberties and development paths across Africa. The 2024 Namibian elections hold enormous significance for several reasons. Firstly, they present the potential for a historic shift in power, with Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah poised to become the country's first female president, and only the second on the continent after Liberia's Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. This is because on November 28, 2022, Namibia's ruling SWAPO party selected Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah as the party's vice president, making her the frontrunner to lead the party into the country's upcoming national elections in 2024 after the current leader, Hage Geingob, steps down in March 2024. Netumbo's ascent to power would be a major milestone for both Namibia and Africa, symbolizing progress towards gender equality in leadership. Yet, this potential comes amidst significant challenges for Nandi-Ndaitwah and her party, the long-ruling SWAPO. SWAPO has led Namibia since independence in 1990 and remains the country's biggest political party, but its popularity has recently reduced due to discontent over rampant unemployment and the graft scandal that led to the arrest of former cabinet ministers and businessmen linked to the party. Still, the party commands strong support from voters, so it is highly likely that Ndaitwah will become the country's first female head of state. The Rwanda elections in 2024 stand out as a crucial event in African politics, capturing attention due to the incumbent president Paul Kagame's bid to extend his 3-decade-long rule over the East African country. Scheduled for July, the elections will include both presidential and parliamentary contests. President Kagame, who secured more than 90% of the vote in 2003, 2010, and 2017 elections, is anticipated to maintain his stronghold on power. The limited known opposition is represented by Frank Habineza, the Green Party leader who declared his candidacy in May 2023, with campaigning permitted from June 22 to July 12, 2024. The elections will be closely watched, for signs of political evolution or continuity in Rwanda, where Kagame's leadership has been marked by economic development, but also by concerns regarding political freedoms and human rights. The outcome will not only shape the future for Rwanda, but will contribute significantly to the broader discourse on governance and leadership in Africa. The 2024 Chadian elections are a ticking time bomb in the heart of Africa, drawing intense scrutiny for several reasons. Firstly, they offer a critical test of the fragile transition to democracy following the death of longtime President Idriss Déby and the subsequent takeover by his son, Mahamat Idriss Déby Itno. The appointment of former opposition leader Success Masra as Prime Minister to oversee the elections was initially seen as a positive step, suggesting inclusivity and potential progress. However, Déby's initial promise of an 18-month transition and subsequent delay until 2024, coupled with his own eligibility to run for president, raises major concerns about his commitment to a fair and credible process. With memories of his father's 33-year autocratic rule fresh, doubts linger about whether he will truly relinquish power through the ballot box. Secondly, the elections are taking place against the backdrop of a country riddled with economic hardship, rising insecurity, and ongoing rebellions. These internal pressures cast a dark shadow over the prospect for stability and free and fair voting, potentially leading to unrest and challenges to the legitimacy of any outcome. Moreover, the elections have the potential to ripple across the region, impacting internal dynamics in neighboring countries and the broader fight against violent extremism. Therefore, Chad's 2024 election will be the stark test of the continent's commitment to democratic principles and its ability to navigate complex transitions of power in a volatile environment. The world will be watching with bated breath to see if Chadians can chart a new course or remain trapped in the clutches of entrenched elites and instability. The 2024 Burkina Faso elections, initially slated for July, hang precariously in the balance, making them a critical and uncertain event to watch in Africa. The nation, once slated for democratic return after the 2022 coup, now faces a complex interplay of factors jeopardizing the polls. Firstly, the ever-expanding jihadist insurgency, responsible for displacing millions and destabilizing vast swathes of the country, cast a long shadow over the prospect of safe and inclusive voting. The junta leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, acknowledged this challenge by postponing the election in September 2023, promising only that polls won't occur until citizens can vote freely and securely. Still, Captain Traoré did not exclude the possibility of holding an election before the end of 2024. Therefore, his vague commitment to potentially hold elections within 2024 keeps hopes flickering, and it remains to be seen whether the junta will keep its word. The October 2024 Mozambican elections promised to be a flashpoint of tension in Africa, marked by a precarious blend of old tensions and new possibilities. In October 2023's regional election, Mozambique's opposition Renamo Party accused the ruling Frelimo of electoral fraud. The official results, which saw Frelimo win 64 out of 65 municipalities, sparked violent protest that led to the death of a police officer and a civilian, according to the Mozambican Center for Public Integrity, an independent non-profit entity. Despite the recent opposition unrest triggered by the allegations of electoral fraud in the 2023 regional polls, the ruling Frelimo party still holds the upper hand. Its grip is strengthened by the potential windfall from the resumption of a massive liquefied petroleum gas project, potentially fueling patronage networks and campaign resources. However, this advantage is far from secure. Rising public frustration over economic woes and lingering anger over alleged irregularities in past elections simmer beneath the surface. The opposition, emboldened by its recent protests, might capitalize on these grievances, particularly if Fremo mishandles the gas revenue. However, experts believe that despite recent opposition protests in Mozambique, the ruling Frelimo party will likely maintain its dominance in the 2024 general elections and beyond. The 2024 Malian elections, originally a beacon of hope for the return to civilian rule after a 2021 coup, have become a tangled web of uncertainty, making them a crucial event to watch in Africa. The military junta's repeated delays, citing technical reasons and new constitutional provisions, leave voters and international observers wary. Doubts swirl about the junta's true commitment to democracy, with suspicions fueled by potential economic sanctions from the regional bloc ECOWAS if the elections stall further. This tension between a junta holding on to power and a population yearning for democratic legitimacy creates a volatile atmosphere, casting a shadow over the country's future stability and regional security. While the eventual date of the polls remains shrouded in ambiguity, the stakes are clear. Mali's path forward towards democracy, or deeper into military rule, hinges on this tense and uncertain electoral process. The 2024 Senegalese elections, due in February, promises a captivating blend of continuity and a potential upheaval, making them a crucial event to watch in Africa. While Macky Sall's withdrawal from seeking a third term offers a nod to democratic norms, the political landscape remains charged. His handpicked successor, Prime Minister Amadou Ba, appears poised to maintain stability and policy continuity, but only if a key hurdle is cleared: the potential disqualification of opposition firebrand Ousmane Sonko, currently jailed on contested charges. Sonko enjoys significant popularity, particularly among the youth. His exclusion could spark unrest and cast doubt on the legitimacy of the entire process, jeopardizing Senegal's hard-earned reputation as one of Africa's most stable democracies. Therefore, the elections stand at a crossroads. Will they be a smooth transition within the established order, or will they expose simmering tensions and pave the way for a more unpredictable future? The answer hinges on the fate of Ousmane Sonko, making him the wildcard who could dramatically shift the political calculus of Senegalese democracy. The December 2024 Ghanaian elections are poised to be a high-stakes showdown, captivating political observers across Africa. While the ruling New Patriotic Party attempts a historic third term, with Nana Akufo-Addo stepping down and Vice President Mahamadou Bawumia taking the reins, the opposition National Democratic Congress and the former President John Mahama present a formidable challenge. Bawumia, touted as an economic whiz, initially seems favored. However, Ghana's current economic woes, ballooning debt, dwindling investment, and plummeting living standards cast a long shadow over the NPP's campaign promises. Frustrations with the government's handling of the crisis, exacerbated by global and regional headwinds, could swing voters towards Mahama, who promises revitalization and experience. This clash of personalities and policies unfolds against a backdrop of high uncertainty. Will Ghanaians prioritize continuity despite hardships, or opt for change on their familiar face? The answer will not only determine Ghana's leadership, but also send ripples through the region, making this election a must-watch event for anyone interested in Africa's political landscape. South Africa will host what is anticipated to be one of the most significant elections on the continent in May 2024. Many analysts are wondering if the ruling African National Congress will be able to cling to its fragile grip on power. According to polls, Cyril Ramaphosa's party may lose more than 50% of the vote for the first time since open elections were instituted in 1994. Therefore, the election of 2024 may mark a turning point. The party that Nelson Mandela brought to power is seriously in danger of losing a national vote for the first time since apartheid ended. This is mostly because of his inability to combat the recession and high unemployment, to fulfill his commitment about deteriorating infrastructure and rising inequality, and in the face of allegations of corruption. Additionally, the political environment has grown more competitive. In the event that the party loses its majority in parliament, it will have to form a coalition and negotiate a treacherous political bargaining environment, potentially being forced to make strange bedfellows with smaller parties like Julius Malema's economic freedom fighters. There is also the ever-looming threat of social unrest ahead of, during, and after the vote, with the memory of the deadly riots in 2021 still looming large. Whether the ANC clings to power, navigate a complex coalition landscape, or even loses entirely, the political tremors felt in South Africa are sure to reverberate across Africa and beyond, making this election a must-watch event for anyone interested in the continent's future. Your perspective matters. Which African country's election are you anticipating the most in 2024? Share your insights and thoughts in the comments below. For continued updates on global affairs and diplomatic developments, be sure to subscribe to the New African channel. Stay informed, stay engaged. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more insightful content in the future.